Hi everyone, this is the last thing we're going to make today. We are going to make an Egyptian box of delights. This is a slab pot and you can see it's got a lid too. And if I show the inside, very nice. The lid goes on like that. You may think it's difficult to make. It can be quite difficult to make, but then when you've made it, it seems easy when you've done it. And the more you practice it, the better you'll get at it. And then once you've learned how to make the basic box shape, you could make any size box, or basically any four-shaped box form. Doesn't necessarily have to have a lid like this. So this is what we're going to do first. I'm going to, well, what we'll do, I'll keep that there because I'm going to use it as an example. The first thing you'll need to do to make these, you need to determine how big you're going to make this wall. And so I cut a card template. Most things in pottery are made with a template. So I take this and I've cut it of equal sides, say 10 centimeters per side, cut out a card template. This card template is going to make the base, these walls, all four, and the lid top. So that's going to make 6. This looks smaller, that's because the clay has shrunk as it's dried, and I've also sponged it and just refined it, which I can show you later. Okay, so I'll just put this over here. First thing we're going to do then, you roll out your clay like you've seen in the previous videos, and this clay needs to be leather hard. You can use the hairdryer like you what in the previous video. Make sure you turn it, dry it. You can leave it for 2 hours, or you can dry it say in 20 minutes with a hairdryer, changing both sides till you end up with something that's really firm like this. This is like almost like lino now, right? And what you do is that you will take your clay slab that you've rolled. I get this ruler, because don't forget when you've rolled it the clay will be uneven. Lay a ruler on and cut this across and slice off and start with a straight edge. So my straight edge is here, right, like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this template and you'll lay it on the clay like so, like that. Make sure it's lined up to your cut edge, like that. And very carefully, now it may be that children can't use a knife, so you get the adults to do the cutting and then the children can stick it together, or maybe an adult would like to make this. Either way, just be careful of the knife. I've always used scalpels, knives and stiletto blades to cut clay, and obviously I've always been safe using them. There's always an element of risk, you just got to use common sense and watch what you do. So I will cut around this card template like so, and you can see that the clay is now really nice. It's almost like leather, and we cut down like so. Just cut this last side like that. There. Put them there on the side, and so you're cutting each side using that card template. So I've got my others made here. So what you will have is 6 sides like that. Okay. Then when you've cut them, I'd pick them up and I'd give them a quick tap just to get rid of the loose clay. If you think they're a bit bendy, you can press them, make them flat, like so.
Where's the 6th one?
6th one's here. This one's going to be the lid, and we'll add the lid last, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. Yeah, okay, that'll be the lid. So I'm actually looking there for a moment, you know, which would be best for this, which one could be a better wall, which one could be a base, is something chipped. This clay is getting quite dry now, so it's ready to be stuck down. I'm going to begin with this shape here in the middle, and this is going to be my base. And what we're going to do is, if you think about it, we've cut them all roughly the same size, but these two walls will need to be trimmed slightly. And if you see that this will be stuck here, this will be stuck here, and like a house of cards you'd fit the other two to make the box. And remember that we use the template to make them level, so all of them will be completely flat and make a really flush, smooth, well-fitting box. Okay, the first thing we need to do, I do the difficult part first. It seems difficult, but if you think about this, if you put this slab here and you put this slab here, you will find that either way this one's going to be slightly over the side due to the thickness of this wall here. So you will need to trim something off this wall here. And so you're going to have two that go completely to the edge, and then if you see, the other one and this one here will fit inside slightly smaller. And to determine the thickness of that, you go with the thickness of the slab that's the corner to it. So I'm going to get this stick. Now obviously you could think, well, the wall is this thick because you used your guider, remember, to roll it. So you could probably draw a ruler line all the way around in a cross shape and score this. But for speed's sake, I'm going to just roughly do it, but you could do it more accurate. What we would do first is, you will take this slab and lay it flush, so it's flush to the wall here, like that. Remember to always lay these out in a cross shape so you don't get confused. Don't scatter them around the desk. I would go like this, and I would line this up like so. And then you will take this one that's going to be cut on either side. You're going to cut either side of these walls. So I'm going to go like that, and so we know that this is going to fit inside here. So we know that this is over the edge here, so we need to lose the thickness of this wall. So if I go like that and tilt this, and then if I get the stick, I could say draw that there, and then stand it back up like that, and then put this, we know that that's there, drop that down, and so we know that we're going to cut this wall here where we've scored it. Same with this side, you stand it up, you know that that's going to have a hangover on this side here, so you line up this wall in a mirror, you go like that, like so, then you get your scorer, run that across there, and so you know that what you're going to cut off this is the thickness of this wall. So then we stand that back up like that, and that goes like that. So we're back to the cross. So what I'm going to do is with this one, I'm going to slightly neaten that with the ruler, and I'm going to cut these off. I'm going to turn this around. So, cut that off there. In fact, to keep my mind on what I'm doing, I'm going to put B there. That's my base. Okay, I'm going to cut this side here. So then what you will find is, now, that one should go there, this one should fit on the inside nice, and then you'll have this one on there. And if you do it without rushing, you will find that they will match up fairly nice on your block, and that's the beginning.